written by Jennifer Grahnquist. That's written for you, Jennifer. That's her mom recording. While Penelope awaits the return of Odysseus from the Trojan War, the suitors line up to win her hand. She refuses to remarry until she has finished weaving a death shroud, but secretly undoes her own work each night. Little does Penelope suspect that she will be betrayed by one of her own servants, a young girl with a secret of her own. Enjoy the show.
My lady.
Melantho, I couldn't sleep, and I noticed these threads here were tangled, so this part needed to be redone.
Lady, you don't need to explain. I know what you were doing.
Who else knows?
No one, so far as I can tell. Most of them don't pay so much attention to things as I do. The way you are always tired during the day, yet your progress on the shroud is painfully slow. The fact that the oil in your lamp needs to be replaced constantly while your supply of thread never runs low.
You were always such a bright one. Now why is it you've come?
My brother is ill and sent me to bring him some herbs.
If that were true, you would have gone to one of the healers. You know I have no knowledge of herbs. Now what is it that couldn't have waited until morning?
I want to know why you're waiting for him.
A bold question to ask your queen.
Do not forget the information I have that I'm sure your suitors would be all too pleased to hear.
To threaten me and dishonor your king in one sentence is a dangerous business.
I bear you no ill will. If anything, I want to see you happy with a new husband rather than remain in denial about your dead one.
I will not believe Odysseus is dead until they lay his body before me. What would you know of faithfulness?
I do not claim to know about loyalty. That is why I came here tonight, so that you may enlighten me.
I will not be mocked, and certainly not by you who I've treated as my own daughter. But, if you will listen, I will tell you. It seems that any harm that could have come from this has already been done. What is it you want to know?
What is it that keeps you faithful to Odysseus? When suitors are restless at your door, when Telemachus remains fatherless, and when your people have no king.
Do you think it's easy? Sleeping in a cold bed every night? The way people look at me as if it were my fault he hasn't returned. That I was forsaking my duty as queen by remaining faithful to my husband. Not knowing. That is the worst of all. I could bear the rest 100 times over if only I knew that he were alive. He would come back. But I will bear even the waiting gladly rather than marry any of the filthy swine who lay claim to Ithaca.
They are not all as bad as that.
No. I suppose they are no worse than any other men.
Is it simply out of revulsion then? You just haven't seen a suitor who is up to your standards.
It is out of love. Something you know nothing about.
What makes you think I know nothing of love?
Do not confuse carrying Eurymachus' child with being in love. You are not the only one who pays attention to things. I've seen enough handmaidens in my time to know when one is with child, and it is all too easy to guess the father when you are none too modest with your flirting.
We cannot all be as honorable as you, lady.
Come, child. It is not all as bad as that. Have you told him yet?
Yes. But he says he will not marry me while there is still hope of winning your hand.
Melantho, you know I would never marry Eurymachus, even if Zeus himself demanded it.
I told him that. But he will hear nothing of the sort. As long as you remain unwed, he will not have me.
What would you have me do?
Take one of the suitors. Any of them. What about Amphinomus? He is the son of King Nisus and a respectable man.
I'm sorry, my child. I cannot marry a man I do not love, just so that you can marry one that you do. I hate to tell you this, but He does not want you now. He will not want you when I am wed.
Then you would have my child be fatherless, as you have condemned your own son to remain? Just because you are too good for the princes at your feet.
I will not take another husband while my lord and king still lives.
Has it ever occurred to you that Odysseus is alive and well with another woman? That he does not return because he does not want to, because he doesn't love you.
Get out of my room.
You think you're so virtuous, saving yourself for your king. And how do you do it? By lying, by sneaking around at night hoping no one will notice your little trick. Well, do not expect any pity from me when they all find out. You will wish you had chosen from among the suitors when you had your chance.
Get out of my room.
My lady,